Yo, what's going on, guys? Back with another video, and in this video I'm gonna be installing my new Maxspeedingrod coilovers on my G37X. Now these coilovers that I'm about to put on are specifically designed for this all-wheel drive model, just like I have the X model, and I should be able to drop it about an inch as I would want, because on these all-wheel drive models you don't want to drop it more than an inch and a half, I think I've heard of. But yeah, I'm only going an inch just to play it safe. But yeah, should take away this gap and make this thing look better. But without further ado, let's get into this installation and unboxing. All right, so now that I got my car in the shop, we're gonna do a little unboxing. Let's see how they look. Woo, look at them. That's what we're putting inside my car. Damn, this thing's stuck. Pretty sure this is the front, but this is what I'm installing. Yes, sir. So I got my car all racked up right now. I'm gonna pop the hood just so I can get them top bolts out. I'm not gonna do that first, but just to have my hood open right now. Then I'm gonna raise the car up and take all four wheels off. All right, now that we got the car lifted up, we're gonna remove all. Oh, fuck. Alright, now that y'all just finished seeing me struggle taking off these fucking lug nuts, I'm gonna take these wheels off. And we're gonna get right into changing the fronts or the backs. I don't know, we're gonna see which one's easier. I'm gonna take the back wheels off too. Alright. Looks like the backs are easier. May start with those. Yes, sir. And I know also we got to take this spring out for the back too, because if we don't, the back is going to end up being very bouncy. So also got to delete this spring. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna start off by taking this bottom bolt out. Get it on there. It's just a heads up before you break shit like I did.
Oh no, no, no.
This fucking bolt broke. You gotta fucking figure out how the fuck to do that shit. But before you fucking do that shit, make sure you got something under the fucking thing. So basically, when the car is in the air, it's not just putting all the pressure and the weight on this thing. Pretty sure that's why my bolt broke. But now this thing's coming out slowly but surely. I'm going at it easily, not with nothing, so I don't break anything again. But yeah, gotta get a new bolt and gotta see how to fucking take that shit out. Alright, so my bad for not recording, but I just got this strut out. And it's just two 12 mils up there, and finished getting this little bolt out. Remember, put some weight on it so it doesn't fucking break on you like it did to me. Now, I put these beside each other, measured them out, made sure they're pretty even. with my 1-inch drop, obviously. And with that, I'm gonna try to install these back ones. But before I do that, I'm gonna go to the hardware store to see if I can find an extra one of these bolts, because the other side that broke. Alright guys, so it's the next day. Sadly, had to take it to day 2, but this,
Hello there,
is the bushing and the bolt that broke on me. I got a new one in there. I just used a fucking ball joint kit. It was a snap-on one, not that Maddox one, so it was pretty much a universal one. But I just got the little thing right there and pressed it out. And turns out the reason it broke wasn't because I didn't have no weight on the bottom. It's because the bolt in there was seized in there to begin with in general. So when I was just turning on the bolt, it was just twisting the metal instead of turning the bolt. So yeah, that's why this is not in the car no more. And now we got the new one in, so we can continue on doing this side. So next thing, I'm gonna remove this spring, so then I can raise this arm all the way up and continue putting that back shock on. By the way, if y'all were wondering how I got that shock off, got it off with the cutoff wheel in a little play, you know, had to sacrifice something. But yeah, that's how I got it off. Alright, so now we're gonna begin taking off this back spring. We're gonna start off, we're always gonna want to put some pressure on this spring so it don't fucking go everywhere when we loosen this. So I got some weight on this car. If y'all are on the ground, y'all can just use a jack and just loosen this. Just like that. Might have to grab a, yeah, I'm gonna grab a wrench for the other side. Alright, so now that I got a wrench, I'm gonna put the wrench on the other side and just continue finishing loosening this thing. Alright, now we got this nut off. I'm gonna finish taking out this bolt. I think I need to put some more pressure on this. Wrong way. Make sure not to raise it too high to the point where it knows the car. And that's how you get it off. Now we got that bolt off. You start to lower the car, but be careful because this spring is loaded. So we gotta be real careful. Like real careful. Alright, I'm gonna get a hammer so I can kind of knock it loose. Alright, so I fully lowered this arm down and I banged it a couple times and knocked it loose. So now I can fully remove this spring. And now, the spring is deleted. And now, basically just a reversal of what we did. You're gonna have to jack this thing back up and put the bolt back in. So let's get to it. Now we got the bolt holes lined up. We're gonna put the bolt back in. Lined up on the other side. Little. More up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, y'all get the drill. We're gonna tighten this bolt back up. And we're gonna move on to putting that shock on. Alright, so now I got my coilover I measured up pretty much. I'm gonna put the top bolts on first. Get it all situated. Bolts in there. Oh fuck. Got one in there. Gotta get this other one. Both of them bolts are threaded on. And gonna tighten that up here soon. Before I do that, let me just go ahead and get this under here and raise this up until it gets even with the coilover. Just like that. Holes are lined up. I'm gonna put this new bolt. By the way, if y'all are wondering where I got this bolt in the bushing, I got it from the dealership, just the Nissan dealership. Yeah, putting this bolt in all the way through, trying to at least. Just thread this in. Now we got this tight. Focus on the top bolts. Alright, just tying the top two bolts. Now time to put the back wheels back on. And finna tighten everything up. Alright, so now we're gonna start out with the front coilovers. So to begin with, we're gonna remove this brake little line that's bolted onto the strut. Then we're gonna continue on with this top control arm bolt so this knuckle can slide out and we can remove the control arm, the strut. Then we're gonna remove this wishbone bolt so it can slide out of its little slot and pop it out. We're also gonna remove this sway bar end link as well so I can fully drop this control arm down and fully remove this strut. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so we're gonna begin with removing this right now. So yeah, we got this nut removed. Taking this out. Then we're gonna remove this control arm bolt, which is a 14, and also this wishbone bolt, which is also a 14. So yeah, let's get this 14 on this socket. Alright, so now that we got this 14 on this socket, we can get a ratchet and a wrench, get on both ends, and start breaking this loose. And again, getting this completely out. There's a reason I'm not using it right now. No, I wasn't. I was unscrewing both sides. Now that we got that bolt out, pretty much it should just pop out with a couple hammer hits, and it comes out, pops out. Now we're moving on to this bottom wishbone bolt. So it's again another 14, and we're gonna go ahead and get this over with. All right, now that I got this wishbone bolt out, gonna move on to removing this bottom sway bar end link, which is a 19 right here and a 17 right here. So let me go ahead and get that. All right, so now we got our 19 wrench. Let's get in here. Oh, I made a mistake. This is a 17. All right, so now that we got our 19 wrench, gonna get up in here, gonna loosen this. Yep, don't need a bigger ratchet. Yes, do it. Yes, sir. Get on here. There we go. Can't be scared. Y'all gotta have a little strength in her. yeah, remove this, and then that strut. I also got to remove the top bolts, the mounting bolts on top, and then after that the strut should come out. So yeah. All right, so now we finished removing this sway bar end link. Oh, let me just get it out real quick. There we go. We finished removing that. We're gonna go on top, and we're gonna loosen these top 3 bolts. Alright, so now that we got that out the way, I'm pretty much ready to take out this strut. Alright, so now got everything unbolted. Gonna go ahead and remove this. I'm gonna use a hammer right here so I can take it out this wishbone. It's good to come out now. Man, I just restarted. Fuck. Alright, after I just struggled a little bit, I finished taking off these top bolts and I moved this strut out the way. Pulled it out the way so I can pull it out. There we go. Finally. Alright, now this is out. We got the old strut out. Now we're going to put the new one in. Make sure when y'all have the old strut out, y'all compare. Make sure they're about even, but also take note that depending on how much you drop it, that's how much gap is going to be left. Alright, so I just installed the new coilover, at least the top bolts. So now I can finish putting everything back together on the bottom side. Pretty much it's a reversal of what I just did. To take everything off, you're gonna put this back in, put this back in, put this back in, basically reversal. And yeah, we're gonna put everything back together and see how it looks. Alright, so now that I pretty much got everything installed, got the car dropped, all I need to do now, and what y'all should do if y'all doing y'all's coilovers as well, is y'all need to get an alignment, because your camber and your toe and every camber adjustment, every alignment adjustment will be off. So you're gonna have to get that readjusted so your tires don't wear unevenly, and you're gonna have to replace them sooner than you would have if your alignment was good. So yeah. Alright, so I just finished the alignment on my vehicle. This is how she's sitting as of now. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do any adjustments later on, but as of now, this is how she's sitting. Sitting pretty low. Definitely can see a difference from the beginning, but yes sir, like I said, I just got done with the alignment and I'm finna take it on a test drive and see how it rides. So let's see. Also, before we go on to this test drive, I want to just warn y'all, if y'all are doing this, I suggest y'all getting some camber arms, because as y'all can see, my camber is way out of whack and I was unable to adjust that, and I can't adjust the front as it is. On this car you can't adjust them, but other than the camber arms and the camera adjustments, my toe is good, so I shouldn't be that bad. But yeah, I gotta get them camber arms later on. Alright guys, so I'm at the shop finally after all that. We're gonna see how it drives. I will say, on those speed bumps, it does feel a little stiffer. You feel the bump more. But just regular driving, I obviously haven't gotten to speed yet, but just regular driving as of now, it feels like it's just normal. With them speed bumps, I will say, you can feel a difference. Right, moving on to the main roads. bad. Feels pretty regular to me, honestly. But yeah, pretty much done. I may have to do another alignment on this thing. This thing is not straight, as y'all can see, but it's something I could do for another day. As of now, this is good. But yeah, guys, I think I'm gonna end it off here. If y'all have any questions about what I'm doing or what I did in this video, just leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer anything. And also, if y'all have any advice on what I did, I'm open to take advice as well, because I'm not one to know everything, obviously. But yes, sir, y'all just let me know how y'all think of the video down in the comment section below. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching all the way until the end, and thank y'all for sticking with that little bushing issue. But other than that, this has been it. I'll see you on the next one.